You are a public servant. You answer the public's question.
According to assessments, the levels of anxiety among our students has increased dramatically this year. Cutting disorders and eating disorders are on the rise. Cutting disorders and eating disorders are on the rise. Cutting disorders and eating disorders are on the rise.
The only way that the people sitting behind these tables could possibly live, sleep, cope with what you're hearing is if you have, some level of a dissociative disorder.
The data presented to the public systematically on every indicator misrepresented the percentage of black students who scored as proficient. You can check the data.
I may get a couple of things wrong. I tried to read as carefully as I can. I'm trying to get better at reading budgets, so.
Oh, same for the math. All of the errors skew in the same direction of misrepresenting black achievement. And we have found serious errors of both omission and commission.
Camden, what is going on here with you people?
Headache, chest pain, fatigue.
My question for you is, given that the superintendent's merit bonus was based on these inaccurate data, will you hold that merit bonus in escrow until we have numbers we can trust?
We want to remind everybody, make sure that you maintain an appropriate level of civility, and that making comments about employees is not really appropriate.
Mr. Deutsch, sir, we thank you for your service, but you need to resign.
A big deal was made during budgeting last year where all kinds of figures were put out to say, oh, we haven't increased, look at us, compare us to the previous. There was a kind of town square public stoning.
Don't look at me with blank statements.
Which is not humane or human or remotely educationally sound.
Frankly, I thought that finding Relvo would be a better exercise at this point.
You guys like lost sleep disorders, stomach upset, anxiety.
The current administration and some members of this board are no longer trusted to be honest.
No. I thought you were done.
When I'm finished, I'll leave the podium.
Is anybody resigning over this mess?
Says anyone resigning over this mess?
What the hell?
Irritability and anger, sadness and depression, eating disorders, angry outbursts.
Lawsuits you're going to face.
Almost everyone now acknowledges that this reform strategy has been costly, ineffective, divisive, and a failure, unless massive disruption and charter talk at Nana's was the point.
That's what PROACT did for our $12,000. To what extent did the board vet this company?
I've heard Montclair cares about schools, parents, teachers, retirees, and other bloggers. Speak the language of Stop White. I would ask this board, if you have not done so already, to speak to the Stop Whites and give voice to the concerns of many.
But if my children behaved in the classroom the way many students and other people behave today, I would find it very unacceptable, and I hope that everyone can behave respectfully in the future.
I would say tonight that I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed by the way that we have spoken to each other tonight. Why are we cheering? when people are trying to solve a problem or address an issue? Why do we make fun of Mr. Deutsch when he was trying to ask a simple question?
We should know.
No, this is not appropriate decorum. If we're going to come together as a community and solve a problem, then we need to come together and solve the problem. We're not pointing fingers at anybody. We have to acknowledge that we have an issue, and we have to work forward and try to solve the problem.